Hi everyone, it's Sue. Welcome back. So today we're on to Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Thanks for popping in. And the prompt, as you saw, was hearts. So I've just taped down some Fabriano 300 GSM watercolour paper, and I'm going to cut these into tags. So technically I'd get 8 tags out of there. It doesn't end up being like that, but that's where my thought process was heading. Now I'm using these Ultra New watercolour brush markers that I have had for years, and going with wanting to use up my supplies again this year. So I thought I'll get them out. Now they are very, very bright, so I hope you've got your sunglasses on because you're going to need them. So I'm just spritzing the first layer there on the right that I've got taped off with water, and I'm just going to put some of these brush markers into the water. I'm really sort of unsure of them. I haven't used them very much before. Some of them I haven't used at all. So I'm just going to put colour in there and see where it takes us. I wasn't kidding, was I, when I said that you'd need your sunglasses? You wait until you see the next one. You're probably going to need 2 pairs. As you can see, the middle one there is absolutely neon, so bright. This third one that I'm doing, I decided to do a little bit more masculine type colours. I'll be making 2 tags today, one more masculine and one a little bit more feminine. So I'm just mopping up all the big puddles. I tend to put too much water on, and I'm just taking away all the excess puddles there. So I'm going to be taking this painter's blue tape off, and a good rule of thumb is to pull the tape off level with your paper, as you can see me doing there, and do it slowly because you don't particularly want to rip your paper or rip your painting that you've done, which is what I did a little bit up the top there, but you're not going to notice that. So I'm just going to gently take that off. Oh, James has bought me another cuppa. So I've recently just had a lady ask me how I cut my tags so evenly on the top. I've just used an old card from a closed bank account, cut some tag shapes on the card, and I just layer the card on top of the tags that I cut. So I've got 2 of each colour. You'll see one I've cut into in each colour as tags, and then the other 2 I'm leaving because I'm going to cut them out. So I've got this stamp that I found at a garage sale for $1. Now I'm having a big think about it here and how I want to actually use it. And it doesn't work out how I was hoping, but we will push forward and we'll come up with something. So I'm just trying to work out size-wise and what I'm going to do exactly. So I've pulled out those watercolour pens again, and I'm using the red colour that I used on the the tags there on the right hand side, and it's beading, so I don't know whether this is going to work out how I'm thinking it's going to work out. I'm actually going to stamp that onto just some leftover watercolour paper, and this is just the same watercolour paper. I'm spritzing it. I think maybe I added too much water, I'm not sure. So I do like how it shows up, but it's not what I was thinking once again. But I end up using it. I quite like the look of that. And I'm doing exactly the same for the masculine coloured tag as well. This one didn't really turn out. I've put way too much water there, I can see that I have, but it just definitely didn't turn out to look anything like a heart, really. So now I want to stamp that same stamp, but I'm going to be using the VersaFine ink pad. This has become my favourite go-to ink pad here, and I'm doing it in black. Ooh, I was a bit frightened as to whether I might regret doing this. So I'm just taking away some of the outer area of the stamp because I don't want it as a rectangle on the tag, if that makes sense. So I'm just randomly rubbing off some ink so that not all of that actually stamps. And then I'll lay it onto the tag and just stamp it down. Now I'm going to be layering the heart. So I just wanted some black on there just to just have a little bit more texture. Really, that's all. So I'm going to stamp that. And I just put it on a bit of an angle because I wanted it, didn't want it to be straight. Not loving it, but it's okay. So I'm just have finished distressing around each tag and adding a bit of ink, and I also sewed around them. So now I'm just going to cut out this red heart, raspberry red heart, because I can actually see the outline of that. And I also cut out the more masculine colours, and I just do that by putting that red heart on top of what is supposed to be a heart there in the brown, and just tracing with that with a pencil and cutting that out. I just felt that the backgrounds were missing something, so I've decided to use my text stamp and just put a little bit of light text in the background. I'm just using Vintage Photo, and it just gives another layer to the tags there. I am matting these tags, so I'm giving them just a fairly fine 1/8 of an inch mat around each tag. So I'm just gluing that down with my art glitter glue. So I'm using a light pink on the feminine tag. I just wanted the tag to stand out, but I think it just needed some more colour underneath. And I'm just going with this smoky grey. So there is a little bit of like a grey colour in those masculine tags there. So I'm just gluing them down, and I'll put them aside to dry. I've cut them out and I'm now going to distress the edges of those really roughly. You can see I'm sort of cutting into the back of the tag there and just rolling the cut edge over onto the colourful tag. Just gives it another little bit of dimension, so I'm going to do that on both of them. And then I'm trying to decide which hearts I want to do. So those extra pieces that I had that I didn't cut into tag shapes, I traced one of those hearts on there and I cut them out. I don't know whether I want 2 or 3 hearts or 1 on these tags, so I'm just having a little bit of a play around until I come up with something that I'm happy with. So I end up distressing the hearts that I'm putting on the tag, and I've decided just to go with one heart. Now I've got some blue and white baker's twine, and I'm just going to wrap the heart with that. Not really sure how I want it to sit or how I want it to look, so I'm just going to have a bit of a play with that until I get something that I'm happy with. I couldn't get the twine to sit in place on the back, it kept slipping, so I've decided to add some art glitter glue to the back, and as I wrap it I push it down into the glue and it holds it in place. So you'll see me I'm randomly wrapping this twine. There is no rhyme nor reason to it, I'm just making sure that I get it on there and it's just got a little bit of interest. So I'm really quite happy with the way that that looks. I'm just cutting off those longer edges of the twine, and I'm going to mount the heart up a little bit. So I'm just using some double-sided foam dots, and I'm just putting them over the heart. These are quite old. Because I've got glue on the back of the heart, I'm not worried about putting more glue on, but once I peel away the backing, I do add a little bit more glue. It's probably not a bad idea if you've had them sitting around in your drawer for a little while, just so that we make sure that they actually stay adhered. Now, I'm not sure whether I want to have this on an angle opposite to the way the heart's going on the tag, or whether I want it just directly over the tag. I've ended up going straight over the heart that is on there, and I'm really quite happy with the way that that looks. And I'm going to complete exactly what I've done with the other tag. I'm just trying to work out which heart I like best to go on here. And I will wrap it with this really nice, it's sort of that same colour as that yellowy orange that is in the tag base there. And I'm going to just wrap this heart and mount it up as well. I've pulled out my Tim Holtz sticker book there again, and I'm adding some black and white words to this pink tag. Live your dream with passion, make a difference. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of glue just to make sure they stay stuck down. And I'm not worried if they're a little bit crooked. And for the other tag, I'm just adding a little bit of coffee coloured archival ink to the top of those white stickers just to dull down the starkness a little bit. And this one says, keep some room in your heart for the unimaginable. I very rarely put words on my tags, and I like the way that it looks, so I might even end up doing that a little bit more. I have a Sakura Jelly Roll white pen, and I'm just going around those words just to make them stand out a little bit more. And I try white on the pink card, and it doesn't show up as well as on the darker card. So I end up going over it with some black pen. Well, that's it for day 14, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you've all had a really good day. I really love how these have turned out, even though that one's particularly bright. It came out quite well in the end. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments what you think. And until next time, I hope you get a little bit of creative time in. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.